I'd like to welcome everybody to the February meeting of the Zoning and Housing Board of Appeals. Clerk, please call the roll.
Chair Toino.
Here.
Vice Chair Montante.
Here.
Commissioner Allen. Here. Commissioner Phelps. Commissioner Arruda.
Here.
Commissioner Zimowitz. Here. Commissioner Kendall.
Here.
Councilmember Murphy.
Here.
We have a quorum. Could I please get does anybody have anything to say about the minutes? If not, can we get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Seconded.
Okay. Clerk, please call the roll.
Chair Toino.
Aye.
Vice Chair Montante.
Aye.
Commissioner Allen. Aye. Commissioner Arruda.
Aye.
Commissioner Zimowitz.
Aye.
Commissioner Kendall.
Aye.
Okay. Is there any correspondence, Gary?
There is none.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go back to some old business. There's an application. Mr. Salih?
Yeah.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. Please, let us know what you're looking to do.
Like, if you want me like to grab the light, I'm gonna grab the light.
Say that again, please.
If you want to grab all the light, I'm gonna grab all the light for the show, for the sign.
You want approval for,
As like.
as it sits now?
Yeah, this is the light on it. Cause if you want me like, if you grab the light, I'm gonna do it if you want.
Okay. We have an application here, for a sign, the total area 51 sign, not just the lights around it. This is for the whole sign.
Because I spent a lot of money for
I understand that. I just,
my first time open like this, like business.
okay, we just want to know, from our understanding in this application, you're looking to, you've put up the sign without a sign permit. And so we're trying to figure out what you're trying to do here. You want to keep the sign that you have there the way that it is.
Keep it.
Okay. Do you know that there's an issue with the sign, the way that it sits now, how it is outside the code that we have? Do you understand that?
No, I don't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause mine is like, you don't have.
I understand, and we can take all the time that we need here today to describe what the issue is here. What you need to have that sign, you need a variance. So what you did was you applied for a variance for that sign to be placed there, because you already put it up. What should have happened was you should have went to the code office and got a sign permit, and then that would have been discussed on what you could have put there.
So I'll put it, cause I don't know, I think it's like this legal if you put it like this, cause I don't know.
I understand. I understand. Well, we can't do it that way. We can't do it that way, so we have certain codes requirements, and the code officer has, disagrees with the fact that sign does not meet our code at this moment. I mean, that's what it is right now. So you're asking, for a variance to allow that sign to stay there, is what you're trying to do. Luisa, do you have any questions for the applicant?
I really don't. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. I mean, you understand the issue with the sign, and when it was brought to your attention, what did you do from that point?
What do you mean, like,
Like, when it was brought to your attention, how were you notified?
what do you want, like, what do you want me to do now? And I'm gonna do it.
So you're coming to us for an approval. At this point, the sign is not part of the code, which means that we can't really move forward to approve it. So, in essence, I mean, unless there's anything different, I don't have any further questions. I mean, you're under the understanding that the sign doesn't meet the criteria and doesn't meet the code.
And our job is to make sure the code's enforced. So we can't say, oh, it's all right, you can have what's not required.
Mr. Salih, we're looking for evidence as to why you feel that the sign should stay there. That's what we're looking for today.
Why, like, you mean like why I put it like outside like that?
No, we're looking for evidence as to why it should stay there.
As I want to see like the customers know about the store, like, you know, cause if I put it inside, nobody gonna know like this like smoke shop. That's why I put it like inside. Everybody like see it, cause it's in the back, like it's in the walking park, like.
I understand that, but in that zone that your store is located in, this particular sign does not meet the criteria for a sign, and we're looking for evidence as to why you should get a variance to allow that sign to stay there.
For the zone?
For that, for where your location is, the store's location is, that sign under our zoning code is not allowed. So we're trying to find reason to allow you to keep it there. Other than you just want it there, that's not a reason. There needs to be reasons as to why.
Cause you know, I guess fix the whole the store, like, you know, the color, everything, and I make the signs like the same thing, like, you know, like I spend a lot of money, like, for all of these, like, you know. And I put like the zone, like, make the store like people, like, you know, customers like, and like everybody can see it, everything.
Sure. This board wants to treat you very fairly, and if you're not necessarily understanding what I'm saying to you, you may want to talk to somebody
Yeah.
about this before you come to this board. I don't know how my board feels, but I think that may be the case. I don't know.
If you want like.
If you don't, I don't know if you understand what you're doing here tonight and what you're asking for.
If you want like call my cousin, like, teach it, like.
He's not here tonight or she's not here tonight. I mean, we have to do this now, today. We missed the last month's meeting and we allowed you to come this month instead.
Is there an attorney involved? Do we know an attorney that was, oh, okay. Did he provide you with any guidance on this?
So I don't got nobody. I'll leave it like right here, like with myself, like all my family, like in New York, and I got my cousin in Albany, like.
I understand that. If you're not understanding what I'm saying to you, you need to have somebody, I want to provide you with that opportunity, I think, to do that.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, the board, you know, I don't know how the board feels about this, but I don't know if the applicant completely understands what we're asking today. Who helped you fill out this application, sir?
My cousin.
Okay. Doug, do you have any questions for the applicant? Okay. Okay, Lori, do you?
I don't, I understand what you're saying, that you fixed the place up. And, you know, the best thing to learn, you need to do when you move into a new place is
Right.
to go to the government and say, what are the rules here for doing things? Cause what you did doesn't follow, you know, it breaks the rules, so, and what you're asking us is to make an exception, and
I don't know. I'm
There
not
it is. It
sure,
was done. It was
you know,
filed.
I don't know.
It's a secret in here.
right, but now you know you should go to the
Yeah, now we
government.
know.
It's there. Yeah, it's in the back,
Something I have to come to the city hall and ask him.
Can we just vote on it?
Okay.
So to kind of, not to interject myself, I'm sorry, but to kind of piggyback on what the code enforcement officer was saying, you have an attorney involved in this application. Philip Miller is involved in this application with you. Did he give you any advice as to how to handle tonight's meeting?
Okay. He's contacted our office twice and.
Yeah, I've heard from his office as well, so
Asking.
Did he know about the meeting?
he knew about the meeting.
And who's asking?
They were asking questions about the outcome of the previous meeting and when it would be rescheduled for, but he clearly identified himself as representing
So we have to hold
the
on
involved party,
until he has
so.
an attorney here.
Pete, do you have any questions for the applicant?
I know.
Ashley, do you? What would you like us to do? I mean, I'm kind of reaching out to you to see, do you understand what we're doing here tonight? I mean, can you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, my cousin even told me.
Okay, what we're trying to figure out is a reason as to why, you know, this application has been filled out. We have it in front of us. We're looking for evidence as to why the sign should be granted a variance to stay in that location. Do you know what I mean by evidence?
I'm with, like, it's nobody gonna know this, like, it's just like smoke shop.
I understand that, but that may or may not be enough evidence for the board to vote for you to keep the sign.
The sign can bring the customers see it, know this, like, this is smoke shop, like, everybody gonna come, like, if I move the signs, nobody gonna know what's this, like, store, like, you know?
Mhm.
Like, the sign bring the customers.
But you do understand that it's too big and the lighting is not appropriate?
That's why I said.
Do you understand that it really is not allowed? The sign, do you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so your attorney, did you have a conversation with him before you came tonight?
No.
Okay, so he's not fairly.
All right. I don't know how the board feels about this, but in some respects, I feel that he needs, you know, some type of representation. I don't know if he completely understands. That's just the way that I feel. If nobody else feels that way, or however anybody feels. I mean, how do you feel about that, Doug?
Well, I can understand that. I do think that, last month we heard from some of the neighbors,
Yes.
and, they had to wait a month for this hearing with no resolution to their concerns. So I'm kind of torn between taking an action tonight and waiting this would potentially mean waiting another month. Yes.
Could we have the sign shut off during this time? Would that make you know, during this next
I
month?
think that would be a good thing to do.
Okay.
If we're waiting to make a final decision.
Lori, do you have any comments about this situation?
Well, that sounds like a good option if you feel like your lawyer will come to the next meeting, to represent you, or you'll discuss it with him, then that's a good option. If you think that you don't want the lawyer involved, then you have to tell us that, but it would mean
So I believe what,
it can't, the lights
We
can't continue month
Okay.
after month after month when they shouldn't have been put up at all.
I think what we're doing here is we're trying to give you an opportunity to bring representation back with you. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
An attorney or somebody that can help you understand this process and what we need to do.
Okay, if you want me to come, like, I'm gonna bring, like, somebody to, like, hold me, these people, like, really good and just.
Are you okay with
I
that?
would feel better about that personally.
Okay.
And I think it'd be a good compromise to like say, look, we're turning the lights off this month and then. you know
Okay.
what I mean?
What about you, Pete?
I'm wondering just about the process, if we were to make a motion, you know, the sign would come down, would he have the opportunity to apply again for the sign permit as you didn't initially do?
Say that again, please.
Like, if we were to, like, make a motion and deny, what I mean, my understanding is that the board makes a decision that the
It's
decision's final.
that's
Right.
correct.
Right.
So there's no,
I mean,
that's the only way to provide him some additional time.
Steve, if he gets denied tonight, can he reapply
For a sign,
for that sign?
well, for a sign.
Yeah, so you have an application in front of you for a particular sign. If you deny the application, then what you're saying is that he does not meet the criteria for an area variance. Which means if he applied again and then you approved it,
Yeah, I understand. That's what I mean. Yeah.
that's not
That- yeah.
creating a world of weird, like,
Weird
now all of a
stuff.
sudden he
Yeah.
does. I guess my concern is that if we table the motion, or we table the application, with the understanding that the sign gets shut off, and the sign doesn't get shut off, then the neighbors have to, you know, have another month with the sign. We have no way to enforce the sign to be shut off.
We're
Well, we-
gonna
we could
ask that
enforce
here
it.
today.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good faith, you'd be basically.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, and that would be taken into consideration into the future as well.
Okay, I mean, that's what I was.
Mr. Salee, do you understand what we're saying? Will you turn the sign off for the next month until the next hearing?
Okay, you know, like, turn on.
Off,
The light,
all the lights off on the sign. The sign included, the sign is off for the next month.
Gotcha.
The whole entire day, not on,
Yeah,
during-
the whole
okay,
day, yeah.
okay,
Okay.
all right,
I'm gonna put my workers, I got workers there,
okay.
gonna go on from the light,
When's the
Do you
next?
live here locally?
Let's do a
Yeah.
motion for
Okay,
that, too.
you mentioned that you're gonna bring someone. Who are you intending to bring,
Officially on the record.
potentially?
like work.
No, here to the next meeting. Cause
Oh,
we're,
I'm
we're,
gonna bring my
Until
husband, he
decision
should
is
be
rendered.
going,
okay, but we have a lawyer situation. We're putting this on hold tonight because we're concerned that your lawyer, you haven't reached out to him, so we're giving you an opportunity to have further time.
March
Oh.
27th.
So, I guess on behalf of myself, I would say that you probably would wanna reach out to your lawyer, so he can completely represent you, if that's what we're going to do, to table this.
Oh.
Would that make sense?
Yes, hold on, please. When is it, March 27th?
March 27th.
Does anybody else have anything to say about this right now? Can we make a motion that until a decision is made, that the sign will remain off and that the application be tabled and moved until March 27th?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
When we do this, you understand that the sign has to be
Yeah.
completely off
Yeah.
for the next month until a decision is made, okay?
Is there a process that if we do find it to be on, cause I live?
We can't, well,
We can't to enforce it.
there's no enforcement. This is a good faith
Okay,
thing.
But
Okay.
but if it's not, we can take that into consideration.
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah, we
Make a
take that into
notation.
consideration into the
At
future.
least two of us live very close to
Yeah.
the sign, so we will know.
three of us.
Gotcha, I'm
Okay.
gonna make, oh. Every day.
Yeah,
Yes, every
yeah,
day.
every day,
Every day until the next meeting.
okay.
All day.
Under, Mr. Salee, please understand, we've already tabled this, one time, and this, we're going to this length to do it again, so that way you have a proper, representation for this application, okay?
Okay.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Chair Tomato,
Yes,
Vice Chair Montanti,
Yes.
Commissioner Allen,
Yes.
Commissioner Ruda,
Yes.
Commissioner Zanowitz,
Yes.
Commissioner Kendall.
Yes.
Passes.
all right. So, are you gonna be notifying him again, or everyone just, no?
So typically, we do the one-time notification. If a date-specific motion is made, there is typically no further notification. But it will again appear on the website, it will again appear on the weekly meeting list, the applicant is notified again.
Okay. So the next day is,
March
March
27th.
March 27th.
March 27, okay.
all right,
Okay,
thank you.
you're excused.
There's something that's not on the agenda today, I didn't see it. I would like to look at,
You don't have to stay if you want.
You can go. Thank you.
thank you,
Okay.
Thank you.
See you March
Thank you.
27.
Okay, thank
alright,
you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
I've enjoyed the time of being, chair of the zoning, committee, but I think it's a good time to take a moment, after a year to look at whether or not we're going to, I would like to re-elect, a chair and a vice chair. And, it's not on the agenda as of today, but we did not, we tabled it.
Oh, we
Yeah,
tabled?
yep, so, I'd like to do that today. So, that being said, is there any discussion that anybody would like to have about it?
By all means, offer.
I move we continue with the same leadership we have
I
now.
second
Well,
that motion.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
As long as they're willing, I don't want to
Call for the
force
vote,
it.
please.
Have to allow for discussion.
Yeah.
Then we can.
Okay, thank you very much for the vote of confidence. Clerk, please call the roll.
Chair Tomato,
Yes.
Vice Chair Montanti,
I accept.
Commissioner Allen,
Yes.
Commissioner Ruda,
Yes.
Commissioner Zanowitz,
Yes.
Commissioner Kendall.
Yes.
Passes.
Okay. We need to just adjourn the meeting there.